3 p.m., just our normal time. We are always coming around this time. Instead of taking a nap, we study something small. And the small knowledges are useful. So today, this 30 minutes, I am only going to give you a snippet of accounting. So, the magic question is the best accounting method I should use for my business. So to make me pay less taxes, keep more cash flow, and what is the best? The answer is depends. So while I'm not giving you an answer, but I will give you a thought process so you can help yourself to decide on that. And you can see with our webinars, every time you're looking for some answers, I want to show you where to find that answer. You don't have to stay at 3 p.m. waiting for Ying to show up, and you can look into the YouTube channel. Let me show you. So right now, you're looking at our YouTube channel, aren't you? And right here, you see that search button right here? If you type into anything, accounting, you see what happens? It tells you cash accounting, and those are things that you want to know. So we have a lot of videos related to accounting, right? Just to give you a taste of it. Of course, our website, you can come to our website to find out information as well. Go into appointment button. There you can see us. And you can book my time. You can book other partners' time. We're all here to serve you. All right, let's get going with our today's core value. That's why you are here, right? So let's go for it. Best accounting method for business tax? And the answer is yes, there is one, but depends. So about our firm, you're here, so I want you to know about us. And we are here for more than 26 years. And we collectively speak 10 different languages, and we have 10,000 plus clients worldwide, right? And knowing who we are is important. That gives you a sense of security, a sense of reliance that you can put upon us, right? And we are now in the process of opening up our Houston branch in June of 2024. Yes, this year. And talking about credential of myself, and I want to make it known to you that I served on National Taxpayer Advocacy Panel. This is a federal advisory committee, provide advices to IRS. I served on there for 3 years. I also have two books that I wrote. One is Appointment with Ying at 8 a.m. The other one is Appointment with Ying at 10 a.m. I'm writing 2 p.m. Right now. Hopefully I will get that rolling out. I wouldn't say no way this year. It does take time. I would say next year sometime. I hope to get the 2 p.m. out. Obviously, our 2 p.m. is about expanding the business. So while I'm doing that for Community CPA, I am guiding clients to do that for their own business. So all of these stories need to come into our book. Today, I was talking to one of our business clients, and he said that, Ying, I can be in your book because I'm expanding. It is so amazing. I at least have 3-4 people over the past month or so telling me that I'm in your expanding book. That is so true. So I make note and I am going to write about them. So when you read my book, it's all about our story. The story that is so close to you. You can make it happen easily. If I tell you a Elon Musk story, you're not going to make it happen tomorrow as Elon Musk. And there is just one Elon Musk for centuries, right? So, but the story I tell in the book is very daily. It is a ordinary business people's story that is helpful because, as much as think we are amazing and we are ordinary. So we want to be successful among the ordinaries, and then you read this book and you will do just that. No responsibility disclaimer, that is so important. And we offer this webinar for free, and we want you to learn. We really are here just wanting to give our heart to you. So we want you to respect the knowledge, do research on your own before you apply to your own business, or just come to become our client. Then we take care of you, right? So just know that internet is to be referenced to, but not to be relied upon. All right, so that it would be my one sentence advice to all these vast internet informations out there. And I want you to keep this picture in your mind because this is very central to what we are teaching our client. There's a three-dimensional tax view, not just, spending more money save taxes. No, you plan, you optimize your taxes by utilizing all these things I have on the map, three things, right? Three-dimensional. But today we're zooming in accounting method. So what is accounting method in general? Accounting method in general is just cash method, accrual method. It is so simple. And you may say that, how come I just don't know I even have a method? I didn't know. Why do I not know? The reason you don't know, because your accounting software or your tax software that you are relying on to do your books, for example, QuickBooks, and you open up QuickBooks, it's cash method. It is defaulted for you to cash method to be easy. Then tax software is the same thing. The IRS actually asks you what kind of accounting method you're using, especially if you are Schedule C. You file Schedule C in 1040. The Schedule C has a area to make you choose what accounting method you're using. And I bet you didn't choose any because it is checkmarked for you already as a cash method. Nothing wrong with being cash method. It's okay. That is one of the appropriate accounting method. Better than you forgot to check any of them, right? So you checked one, you're good. And if you want to change yourself from cash accounting to accrual, from accrual to cash, after this 30 minutes, you may just like, Ying, I want to change. Then if you are going to do that, this is the form for you to change. It's called the application for change in accounting method. You see that, right? So I want you to know this form. So the cash method and the accrual method has to be small businesses tool. Small business has a definition within the IRS world. You're not just small because you feel small. And you're not, even if you feel big, you might still be a small, right? Small business is defined in the tax code. The Job Act, when President Trump was the president at the time, and he pushed out the job cut and the tax cuts and the Job Act. And in there, it did a more simplified definition about what is small. The small is one threshold, which is your gross sales. Gross sales is literally the income you got from the credit card. You haven't really reduced the cost of goods sold. You haven't really reduced the other expenses, and you just like the one big number that you have. That gross sales number, if that is under 25 million, and you are considered a small business. When you are small, these two accounting methods is for you to use whichever way is convenient for you. So that is what I want to mention to you. I do have details on here, and it used to be 10 million after the Job Act got increased. But whatever you are saying, and our majority of clients, we will say that about 70% of our clients are all belongs to small business. We do have some clients are way over the small definition. They're not small. But again, your accounting method is something that the government already predetermined to tell you that here's the cash method, here's the accrual method, and here how big you are, what is your size, then they tell you what to use, right? And of course, between the two, you can always change. So why people use cash method accounting? Why do they even consider cash method? So what is exactly cash method, Ying? If you use really simple Chinglish, what is that? So the cash method accounting just simply means that the income is what deposited in your bank account. So if you put a check in there from your customer, that's your income. So it is already cashed in for you, it's in your bank account. Expenses goes the same way. If you paid $2,000 on a computer equipment, and that check you wrote it off and it cleared your bank account, that means you paid for it. That is your expense. So in here, I just simply said that expense includes what was paid out of the bank. Income includes what was deposited in the bank. But of course, you may argue that, Ying, that's not right. I deposited some money in the bank. That's because my mom think I was too short of cash, and she gave me that. She gave me $20,000. I deposited in the bank. That's not my income. Of course, that's not your income. Everything deposited into your bank, there will be a credit to. That would be a credit to your accounting system. So in your QuickBook, your booking credit, whether you're crediting to income or you're crediting that to a liability, that's you decide, right? You know it better. Even if your customer wrote you a $5,000, but if that is not paid for service and the customer just being nice to you because you're short of money, the customer goes, I'll just loan you this $5,000, here you go. So the check looks like your customer's income, the customer's check looks like your income, but your credit to liability, right? So that has nothing to do with what cash method we're talking about. We are really focused on this, what I call a timing. Like you've got that deposit in your bank before December 31st of 2023, that is your income for 2023. If you got that cashed out of your bank before December 31st, 2023, that is your expense for 2023. And it is easy. In cash method, it's so easy for a customer, for you, for my client, to see how they are doing. Because they pull out their bank statement, they go, I had a $35,000 balance at the end of the year. I made a $35,000 profit. They proclaim that, right? So it's easy for you to see your cash position. But are they saying that right? No, they're not. 35,000 doesn't represent your profit, but it represents your cash flow. And the cash method is most closely related to your cash flow. So you will see that you can feel it in your skin when you are doing well because you just got a big cash balance in your bank, right? But cash method accounting don't show commitment in expense, also don't show the income that is coming. For example, if you wrote a check to somebody and they just didn't deposit, you wrote a check to pay for a service, you wrote a check to Community CPA to pay for accounting service on December 1st, 2023. Community CPA didn't deposit that until January. And do you have that expense as a cash method? You do not. But do Community CPA has income for cash method in December in 2023? No, because they didn't receive it. It's still in transit. But if Community CPA is accrual method, it will have to be in there because they know that it's coming, right? So really, it is about for you to see your cash flow easy, but it doesn't show your commitment in expense and income. And certain industries would be more beneficial to go for cash method. I give you an example, dental office. You know why? Because the dental office, when they finish serving you, they submit their claim to the insurance company. They submit for $150 for teeth hygiene, but they get back $80. You know, you can imagine if they're not on cash, they just book the $150 thinking they're gonna get it. They don't. They only get a portion of it. So it is so much easier to just wait for the money to come in to account for the income. Am I right? So cash method. That's why a lot of physicians, doctor's office, and a lot of professional service companies are on cash method. Makes sense to you, right? All right, what about accrual? An accrual method, income includes what was not received yet. Expense include what was not paid yet. And more complex than cash accounting. Why? Because you sort of disconnected your skin feelings to your cash. You know, you may have $35,000 cash balance in your bank account, but when you look at your financial statement, you see a negative cash because you wrote a $100,000 check to pay a supplier, and that is already your expense. You already in negative. If you don't quickly make money, you're gonna lose money this month, right? So that is how this cash basis works differently than the accrual basis. Accrual is like taking income that is not in yet in, and putting expense that is not paid yet in, because you haven't really paid it, but you already have that on your book. And don't really trust your financial statement and to destroy how you feel about your business if you are on accrual, because it can be very different than how you feel. The feelings of your business is more tied with cash method. It's less so with accrual, especially if you're a big business. That's why when business gets big, you have this controller's position, you have people do analysis, you have a report that goes with GAAP standards, you also have operational report that for manager and partner to see. So it is a very different set of requirement once the business becomes big. But while you are small and you can do accrual, but you want to be clearly understanding which part of income is not yet coming but is already included in your income. So if you have a lot of that, you may end up in a situation where you're like, I need to pay a lot of taxes, I don't have the money because I haven't really received that yet. But you're on accrual method, so you need to report that as taxable income. Okay. With that said, you sort of, I know you're gonna ask me that, okay, Ying, what is the accrual, is my business should be on accrual method or cash? Just give me a straight answer. So I give you an example. What is the best business to use accrual method? Do you know what is the best one? Supermarket. Why is supermarket should use accrual method? Ladies and gentlemen, can you guess why? Supermarket normally do not receive income before customer coming in to buy things, right? So most of the income generated right at the cash register. So even if there is a catering, okay, they pay ahead of time, it's a small amount. So the accrued income side is not so significant. The income is what it is. But on the expense, when you are supermarket, you purchase things first, then you pay maybe net 30 days. So you have 30 days you're selling stuff you haven't even paid for yet. Right? If you are on accrual, you deduct those expenses because even though you didn't pay yet, even though it didn't cash out your bank yet, but you already use it. So you can deduct it and make it payable. On the other side is your cost of goods sold. So you won't have an issue where you created a lot of income, but you didn't pay this bill yet. Then you have this false understanding of your income. And if you use cash method with a supermarket operation. So this is good, right? This make your brain hurt, but it also tells you why choosing method is very important. So I talked about the difference between the two. It's so much relied on the timing, right? So with that said, and you want to really, for accrual method, recognize income when earned and deduct expenses when incurred without regard to the timing of cash payment and a cash receipt. Timing. It is simply timing, but you want to understand your business so you can, based on your business type, decide this timing and which one works for you better. Very important. It is not a small subject, but it is something that once you understand, it will be just part of you. You know it for sure. So whenever you start a new business, now, and don't just let computer to determine you should be on cash method. You want conscientiously to choose whether you want on cash method or not, right? All right, so the right accounting equals to accurate tax deduction. If you don't do the right accounting, and you will have issue. So we, right here we have a couple of examples, and actually, those are not a good example for this one. I forgot to redo this slides, but this was related to tax credit, work opportunity tax credit. But in this particular talk we have today, it is really about having your accounting method be determined conscientiously and know exactly why you are cash method, why you are not accrual method, vice versa. So with that, I will conclude our talk today. Hopefully I did give you one or two light bulbs. It got turned on and you know exactly what to do with your business. It's never too late to change your accounting method. And if you were going to change, remember I showed you in the very beginning, I showed you the form 3115. That is what you need to file. If you change your accounting method. All right. This is our partner list on our website. When you click appointment, this is who will be on here, and you can book our appointment going forward. And like I told you, we have this YouTube channel. You really can find everything we talked about here in the YouTube channel. And I hope that you love learning these knowledge. And I want you to tap along and subscribe to our channel so that you always know what we're talking about. These bite-sized knowledge is delicious because it adds depth into your practice. And you'll be a successful business owner. You don't even know why, because you just know so many things that other people don't know. I wish you success. Talk to you again.